The first hour of your day is more powerful than you realize. It is not just 60 minutes between waking up and starting your responsibilities. It is the moment when you decide who's going to control your day, you or everything around you. Think about what happens when you wake up and immediately reach for your phone. Before your feet even touch the floor, you are already consuming other people's opinions, problems, achievements, messages, and distractions. Your mind becomes busy before you have even decided what matters to you. And when your mind starts the day reacting to the world, you spend the rest of the day trying to catch up. But imagine doing something different. Imagine waking up and refusing to give your attention away immediately. Sit quietly for a moment. Take a deep breath. Drink some water. Stretch your body. Think about what you want from this day. Ask yourself, what is the one thing I must accomplish today? That simple question can change the direction of your entire day. You don't need an expensive morning routine. You don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. You don't need a perfect schedule. You simply need to protect the beginning of your day from unnecessary distractions. Use the first hour to build yourself instead of consuming the world. Read a few pages of something valuable. Write down your priorities. Exercise. Pray or reflect if that is meaningful to you. Review your goals. Clean your surroundings. Do something that makes you feel prepared instead of rushed. The goal is not to fill every minute with productivity. The goal is to start the day intentionally. Because when you begin your morning with discipline, you send a powerful message to your mind. So I am in control of my choices. And that message matters. If you repeatedly start your day by doing whatever feels easiest, your brain learns to chase comfort. But when you train yourself to do something meaningful before entertainment, you develop discipline. You begin proving that your goals deserve more attention than your impulses. Your first hour can also protect your mental energy. Not every message needs an immediate response. Not every notification deserves your attention. Not every problem belongs to you. The world will still be there after you have taken care of yourself. Remember, your morning doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. Some days you will wake up tired. Some mornings will be chaotic. Sometimes responsibilities will interrupt your routine. That's normal. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is to return to the habit whenever you can. Even 15 focused minutes can make a difference. Wake up. Put the phone down, breathe, move. Think, choose your priority. Then begin. Do this consistently, and something remarkable happens. You stop feeling like every day is happening to you. You start feeling like you are participating in the creation of your life. Your future is not waiting for one huge opportunity. It is being shaped by ordinary mornings. So tomorrow morning, before you give your attention to the world, give some of it to yourself. Win the first hour, and you give yourself a stronger chance of winning the day. And when you learn to win your days consistently, you eventually begin changing your life. Every day, you make dozens of promises to other people. You promise to show up. You promise to finish something. You promise to call someone back. But there is one promise that matters more than most people realize. The promise you make to yourself. Because every time you tell yourself, I'm going to do this, and then repeatedly choose not to, something begins to change inside you. You start trusting yourself less. Your goals begin to feel distant. You tell yourself you want success, but deep down, you know your actions are not matching your words. The solution isn't to make bigger promises. It is to make smaller promises and keep them. Choose one thing every day that you absolutely commit to doing. Maybe you promise yourself that you will read 10 pages. Maybe you will spend 20 minutes learning a skill. Maybe you will complete one important task before entertainment. Maybe you will organize your room, take a walk, practice something you care about, or spend a few minutes working toward a meaningful goal. The task itself may seem small, but the message behind it is enormous. Every time you keep that promise, you are telling yourself, I can count on me. That is where real confidence begins. Confidence isn't simply believing that you are capable of doing something difficult. Confidence grows from evidence. You become confident when you repeatedly see yourself taking action, especially on the days when you don't feel motivated. Anyone can make a promise when they are excited. The real test comes when the excitement disappears. There will be mornings when you don't feel like studying. There will be evenings when you want to postpone your responsibilities. There will be moments when your mind whispers, do it tomorrow. That's the moment your promise becomes valuable. You don't have to feel motivated. You just have to remember what you committed to. And don't make the mistake of choosing an enormous promise just to feel ambitious. If you tell yourself you're going to completely transform your life in 1 week, you may create pressure that becomes difficult to maintain. Instead, choose something so clear and realistic that you can repeat it consistently. Small victories create momentum. Imagine keeping one promise to yourself for 30 days. Then imagine doing it for 6 months. Eventually, that one habit becomes part of your identity. You no longer see yourself as someone who is trying to become disciplined. You begin seeing yourself as a disciplined person. That shift is powerful. Your life changes when your identity changes. And your identity changes through repeated actions. There will still be days when you fail. Don't turn one missed day into a defeated month. If you break your promise, acknowledge it, learn from it, and return to the habit the next day. Discipline does not mean never making mistakes. It means refusing to let one mistake become an excuse to quit. Start today. Make one promise to yourself. Keep it simple. Make it specific. Then honor it. Tell yourself, before I go to sleep tonight, I will complete this one thing. Then do it. Not because someone is watching. Not because someone will praise you. Do it because you need to know that your own word means something. The strongest relationship you will ever build is the relationship you have with yourself. When you learn to trust your own decisions, your goals become clearer, your discipline becomes stronger, and your excuses become weaker. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop making promises that sound impressive, but disappear when life becomes difficult. Make one small promise. Keep it today. Then keep another tomorrow. Because a powerful life is not built by making one gigantic decision. It is built by keeping small commitments again and again until those commitments become the foundation of who you are. Keep one promise to yourself every day, and eventually, you will become someone you can trust completely. Your life begins to change when you stop believing that learning belongs only in a classroom. Every day gives you an opportunity to become a little wiser, a little more capable, and a little more prepared for the future. You don't need to spend 5 hours studying. You don't need to read an entire book every day. You don't need to master a new skill overnight. You simply need to make learning part of your daily life. Learn something today that you didn't know yesterday. That one habit can completely change the direction of your future. Think about how powerful small improvements become when you repeat them consistently. One page of a good book may not transform your life today. One new idea may not make you successful tomorrow. One new skill may not immediately change your circumstances. But keep learning for months and years, and you become a different person. Your knowledge expands. Your thinking becomes sharper. Your decisions become wiser. Your confidence grows because you understand more about the world and about yourself. Most people spend hours consuming entertainment, but very little time intentionally developing their minds. They scroll, watch, react, and move from one distraction to another. Then they wonder why they feel stuck. You don't have to live that way. Before you spend your free time consuming something that adds nothing to your life, ask yourself the seconds, what could I learn instead? Read a few pages. Watch an educational lesson. Study a useful skill. Learn about communication, money management, technology, history, psychology, business, creativity, or any subject that genuinely interests you. And don't only learn things that feel comfortable. Sometimes the most valuable lessons are the ones that challenge your thinking. Listen to people who know more than you. Be willing to discover that an opinion you once believed was incomplete. Ask better questions. Pay attention to your mistakes. Even failure can become a teacher if you are willing to examine what happened instead of simply blaming circumstances. Every mistake contains information. Every difficult experience can teach you something. Every person you meet can reveal something about life. The key is to remain curious. Curiosity keeps your mind alive. When you become curious, ordinary moments become opportunities. A conversation can teach you communication. A difficult task can teach you patience. A book can introduce you to an entirely new way of thinking. A mistake can teach you what to avoid next time. You don't need to know everything. You only need to remain willing to learn. And remember, knowledge without action has limited value. Don't collect information simply to feel productive. Take what you learn and apply it. If you learn about discipline, practice discipline. If you learn about communication, communicate better. If you learn about saving money, make wiser choices. If you learn about health, build healthier routines. Learning becomes powerful when knowledge turns into behavior. Give yourself even 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes of focused learning may seem insignificant, but consistency creates something extraordinary. After a year, you will have invested hundreds of hours into improving your mind. Imagine who you could become with that kind of investment. The world keeps changing. Technology changes. Opportunities change. Skills change. The person who refuses to learn eventually becomes dependent on what they already know. But the person who keeps learning remains adaptable. So don't say, I'm too old. I'm not smart enough. Or, I don't have enough time. Start small. Learn one idea. Practice one skill. Read one page. Ask one meaningful question. Then come back tomorrow and do it again. Your future self will benefit from the knowledge you choose to gain today. Never become so comfortable with what you know that you stop discovering what you could become. Learn something every day, because the person you become tomorrow is being built by what you choose to learn today. You cannot control everything that happens in your life. People will misunderstand you. Someone may criticize you. Plans may fail. A friend may disappoint you. Someone may say something that hurts your feelings. Problems will appear when you least expect them. But there is one thing that remains in your hands. It's how you choose to respond. At centers, that is where your real strength begins. Most people react instantly. Someone says something they don't like, and they immediately answer. Someone sends an upsetting message, and they respond without thinking. Someone makes a mistake, and anger takes over. For a few seconds, emotion becomes the driver, and later, regret becomes the passenger. You don't have to live that way. Before you respond, pause. That pause may only last a few seconds, but it can completely change the outcome. When something upsets you, don't immediately ask, how do I fight back? Ask yourself, what response will actually help me? That question creates distance between what happened and what you do next. Not everything deserves your reaction. Some comments are designed to get your attention. Some arguments have no productive ending. Some people will misunderstand you no matter how carefully you explain yourself. If you react to every opinion, every criticism, and every piece of negativity, you will spend your energy fighting battles that never needed to be fought. Your attention is valuable. Protect it. This doesn't mean you should ignore every problem or stay silent when something genuinely matters. Controlling your reactions does not mean becoming weak or allowing others to treat you unfairly. It means choosing your response instead of allowing anger, frustration, or pressure to choose it for you. There is a difference between us reacting and us responding. Reacting is automatic. Responding is intentional. When you react, the moment controls you. When you respond, you take back control. Imagine someone criticizing you unfairly. Your first instinct may be to defend yourself immediately. But what if you paused and calmly considered whether their words contained anything useful? If there is truth in the criticism, learn from it. If there is no truth, you don't have to carry it. Either way, you win because you refused to surrender control of your emotions to another person. The same principle applies to everyday frustrations. Traffic doesn't need your anger. A delayed message doesn't need your anxiety. A mistake doesn't need your self-criticism. A bad morning doesn't have to become a bad day. You can acknowledge what happened without allowing it to control everything that happens next. And this skill becomes stronger with practice. The next time you feel yourself becoming angry, slow down. Take a breath. Step away for a moment if you can. Give yourself time to think. Then decide what deserves to be said and what is better left unsaid. Silence can sometimes be more powerful than an argument. A calm answer can be stronger than a loud one. Walking away from unnecessary conflict can be wiser than proving that you are right. Your goal isn't to win every argument. Your goal is to protect your peace, your character, and your future. Because one uncontrolled reaction can damage something that took years to build. A careless sentence can hurt a relationship. An impulsive decision can create a problem that didn't need to exist. So practice the pause. When life pushes your buttons, don't give it an immediate response. Take a breath. Think, choose, then act. You will discover something powerful. You don't need to control the entire world to control your life. You only need to control what you do with what happens. Sixer or master your reactions, and you become harder to manipulate, harder to distract, and far more capable of staying focused on what truly matters. Real strength isn't always shown by how loudly you respond. Sometimes it's shown by how calmly you choose not to. Stop waiting for a dramatic moment to change your life. Most people think transformation requires a massive decision, a completely new routine, a huge opportunity, or one extraordinary breakthrough. But real transformation usually happens much more quietly. It happens when you improve something small, then repeat that improvement until it becomes part of who you are. You don't need to become a completely different person tomorrow. Just become the CRZ 1% better today. Sexy 1% sounds small, almost too small to matter. But that is exactly why it works. When a goal feels enormous, your mind looks for reasons to avoid it. But when the next step is small, you can take it. Read a few more pages. Practice a skill for another 15 minutes. Wake up and get started instead of pressing the alarm again. Spend less time on distractions. Finish one task you've been postponing. Speak a little more patiently. Make one better decision. These actions may not look impressive from the outside. Nobody may applaud you for them, but your life is being shaped by them. The danger is that people underestimate small choices because they cannot immediately see the result. Think about a seed. You don't plant it today and expect a tree tomorrow. Growth happens quietly beneath the surface before anyone can see the results. Your personal growth works the same way. You may study for weeks without feeling smarter. You may practice for months without feeling highly skilled. You may work toward a goal without seeing immediate progress. That doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means you are building, and building takes time. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Their results may be visible, but you don't see all the small decisions that created them. Your responsibility is not to become better than everyone else. Your responsibility is to become better than the person you were yesterday. If yesterday you wasted an hour, today waste less. If yesterday you avoided something difficult, today take one step toward it. If yesterday you made a mistake, today learn from it. If yesterday you gave up too quickly, today stay a little longer. That is progress, and progress creates confidence. The more evidence you collect that you can improve, the more willing you become to challenge yourself. Don't chase perfection. Chase consistency. Perfection says, if I can't do it perfectly, there's no point. Consistency says, I'll do what I can today, and I'll keep going tomorrow. A consistency wins. There will be days when you perform at your best. There will also be days when you barely move forward. Both days matter. The important thing is that you don't turn a difficult day into a reason to abandon your entire journey. If you fall behind, restart. If you make a mistake, learn. If you lose motivation, return to discipline. If progress feels slow, remember why you started. Your future is being created through thousands of ordinary decisions that nobody else sees. So don't underestimate today's small improvement. One page becomes a book. One workout becomes a habit. One skill becomes an opportunity. One disciplined decision becomes a stronger identity. One better day becomes another, then another. Eventually, you look back and realize that the person you became was created through all those tiny choices. You don't need to change your entire life tonight. Just ask yourself, there are stars, what is one thing I can improve today? Then do it. Tomorrow, improve something else. Keep moving. Keep learning. Keep building. Because your life doesn't change only when you make enormous decisions. Since it changes when small decisions become daily habits, and daily habits become the person you were always capable of becoming.